What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Grady, and I listen to country music and whatever else I want to on this channel. Today I'm checking out a new single with a title that really intrigues me from an artist that I was not a fan of his debut album. This is going to be Walker Hayes, and he has a new single out called 90s Country. Now, 90s Country, I was born in 1989, and I started to fall in love with country music in the 90s, and it's certainly what my dad would listen to on the way back from soccer practice and stuff, specifically a lot of Randy Travis and Garth Brooks. Those were his guys, and Alan Jackson. And then I think around like 1999 or 2000, we got a free preview of CMT on our TVs at home, and we got like a free month of it, and that's really what got me into country music, because they were playing a lot of it, and I was like, oh, Brad Paisley's funny. He had his fishing song out then, and Alan Jackson had Drive for Daddy Jean, and I loved that. So that's really when I started to get into country music in a major way, and 90s country is, I look back on that time really fondly, because I'm like, wow, do you hear how much fiddle is in those songs? Do you hear how clever these lyrics are? There was a ton of harmony. I know it's easy to remember the past as being, better than it was, because you remember the good stuff and you forget the bad stuff, but the sound of 90s country was like surprisingly rootsy when you go back. Like, in some ways, countryer than like 70s and 80s country. Or at least to me, and it's like the perfect balance of the poppiness that we like in country music, but with some of those traditional bluegrassier influences. So now Walker Hayes, meanwhile, is the exact opposite of that, or at least on his big hit single "You Broke Up With Me," which is kind of a Jake Owen-y talk rapped over a whistle track, almost like strange hip-hop train song.
No, I ain't drunk, I'm amazing.
So I don't know what to make of Walker Hayes. He seems to have the ability to have some thoughtful lyrics. I actually like a couple of the songs on his first record. I think one called Halloween, another one called Craig, but the delivery is this kind of like too cool for school spoken word thing, and nothing ostensibly country about it. And I know that's a boring debate for a lot of people. Is this country or not? But all that said, preamble over, I'm going to check out his song, 90s Country.
Strawberry wine on your lips, got me amazed. Oh boy, take you away.
I don't know if you've already caught the two references that he just gave us. Strawberry wine on your lips. That's referencing Dina Carter's Strawberry Wine. And then it said, come let this cowboy take you away, referencing the Dixie Chicks. If it's just going to be one of these songs, it's going to annoy me.
Give me that wink, I'ma give it right back. You love, you want some more of that.
So he's literally just taking lyrics like, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. This sort of like faux nostalgia, so that like people in their 30s can look back to their teenage years. I mean, I guess that's not faux nostalgia, that's nostalgia, but to me it's just such a weak card to play, and it's exactly what Old Dominion just did on that song. Yeah, so it was called Song for Another Time by Old Dominion, and they just did this exact thing. And I think of Jake Owen's new song, I Was Jack, You Were Diane, where he's just referencing John Cougar Mellencamp in that song. So, I'm not into it thus far, but let me just listen a little longer, get into it if I can.
You make me smile like I did when we were radio kids. Do you love me? If you do, check yes, please. Girl, you know you
Check yes or no.
sexy.
Kenny Chesney. So, you're making me feel like 90s country. No, I don't know. I think that it's this like that. It's like trying too hard in a weird way, and it's like strange to me that it's so unreverent to the sound of 90s country. And I get that we got to modernize, but I've actually written an article called The Pinterestification of Country Music, which is sort of about, in country songwriting, this trend of not really having a narrative song that's following any specific story, as much as just kind of a mood board of lyrics that create a vibe for a song. A good example of which would be John Cougar, John Deere, John 3:16. Another one would be like American Kids by Kenny Chesney. And 90s country would fall into this thus far, where it's like, basically the charm of the song is he's mentioning a lot of things you've heard before, and saying, oh, you remind me of those. I think that's Shane McAnally tends to do this. It's kind of his writing style when he's not working with someone like Casey Musgraves, or increasingly that's kind of become his style as a producer. And look, I get why he would keep doing it if it produces hits at the rate at which he racks up hits, but it's always so much less interesting to me. It's like funny when you hear it once, but then you're like, okay, well, this song's sort of dead to me now because I'm not going on a journey with the artist. I'm just thinking about things that I liked more than this song that happened 20 years ago. John Deere Green. John Deere. There's our dust in the bottle reference. I am moving to it, is the thing. So, but it feels super like, it feels like cotton candy. No, that doesn't sound good. I'm not getting all the references. I'm not in it for your daddy's money. So that was Walker Hayes' 90s Country. It's written by him, Shane McAnally, and someone called Lyrics, Lyrx. I don't know. Full of references, but like that feels like it's a novelty song on like a bonus track on your album or something that you'd like put on Instagram. To me, it doesn't feel like a single. Like there's no like, I don't feel any like heart there. I don't feel like that song costs anything. It's just like, I feel like when you're trying to establish yourself as an artist, don't you want to like put a little more of your heart on the line? And maybe it's like, okay, that didn't work with Craig, which they released as a single, but this is just too inane and too silly, and it's so weirdly poppy and like cheerleadery, and like I feel like it has nothing to do with 90s country. Like, you make me feel like 90s country, then throw a fiddle in there. Then don't rap over this weird like minivan track. I don't know what to call this. It feels like a children's television show to me. And so it's fun enough. It's danceable enough. It seems like the audience of Ellen would love it, but it's just getting like a 4 out of 10 from me. Not even 3.5 out of 10 from me. I'm not like offended by it, but I guess I'm not impressed with it either. I'm looking up the lyrics really quick. Yeah, so I got a few of these. Amazed by Lone Star. I Like It, I Love It by Tim McGraw. Check Yes or No. Got that. Jukebox Junkie is a song I don't know. Vidalia. Queen of My Double Wide Trailer. Okay. Shut Up and Kiss Me by Mary Chapin Carpenter. I didn't know that song. Across My Heart. I got that. Walk Away Joe. So yeah, this references a lot of songs, and that's fun, but it's cheap. Nostalgia is a dangerous card to play, because what's nostalgic now? You know, anyone under the age of, I mean, I don't know a lot of these songs, and I'm 29, so anyone under the age of 20, I don't think this is gonna land for. And certainly that's only going to become more and more true as time goes on. Anyway, this song's fine. Disappointing. I don't want to root against Walker Hayes. He seems like a lot of guys in country music, like a perfectly good dad and father. I just wish the music was better. I mean, he's been through a lot. He has 6 kids, and his wife miscarried, and they've, been in like People magazine about that. And I guess it seems like there's such a disconnect between the person that I read about and like, and the person making this music that I find really frivolous. And I don't have that part of me that's willing to just like commodify and be a sort of cheap product. And that's sort of what it feels like. And it's confusing for me to watch that. So I'm sticking with my 3.5 out of 10. What do you guys think of 90s country? It's sort of sad to me. I wish it sounded like any of these songs. So let me know your thoughts, and I'll be back with another video soon. Okay, bye.